Alexander Magno the Great, conqueror and king. Imagine being crowned king at the tender age of 20. Now envision yourself conquering the vast expanse of the known world before even turning 30. This is not just a tale of power and ambition, but the life of a young military genius, Alexander Magno the Great. Today we delve into his remarkable journey in a series that brings to light the mightiest war generals of all time. Alexander stands out not just for his conquests, but for his visionary approach to leadership and warfare. His strategies reshaped the contours of the ancient world, making his story a beacon for scholars of military history and geography alike. This video aims to explore the intricate tapestry of Alexander's life, from his unparalleled tactical maneuvers to his profound impact on the world's geographical and cultural landscapes. We will uncover how his legacy continues to echo through the ages, captivating historians and adventurers alike. Join me as we traverse the life of a ruler who was more than just a conqueror, a strategist who envisioned a world united under his banner. Born in the ancient city of Pella in 356 BC, Alexander the Great was destined for greatness from his very first breath. The son of King Philip II of Macedonia and Queen Olympias, his lineage was steeped in both royalty and controversy. Olympias, a woman of strong will and sharper intellect, claimed descent from Achilles, while Philip, a king and a visionary, transformed Macedonia from a fringe realm into a centralized powerhouse. From an early age, Alexander Magno was immersed in a world where power and political acumen were paramount. His childhood was marked by the presence of leading intellectuals and warriors who frequented the Macedonian court. This environment was ripe for breeding a leader, combining rigorous physical training with a robust education. At the age of 13, Alexander's education took a monumental turn as he was tutored by none other than Aristotle. Under Aristotle's guidance, Alexander was not only schooled in philosophy, politics, and medicine, but also imbued with a deep appreciation for Greek culture and arts. Aristotle's teachings extended beyond the conventional, instilling in Alexander a vision that the world was there for the taking, ripe for a leader bold enough to grasp it. The sudden assassination of Philip II thrust Alexander into power at the tender age of 20. The young king's ascension was neither simple nor uncontested. He faced immediate threats from within the kingdom and from neighboring rivals who doubted the capabilities of such a young ruler. However, Alexander swiftly and decisively handled these challenges, demonstrating his military acumen and his ruthlessness in dealing with opposition. Alexander's first significant act as king was to quash the rebellions that erupted in the Greek city-states. These regions had been restive under Macedonian hegemony, viewing Philip's assassination as an opportunity to regain independence. Alexander moved quickly, using both diplomatic guile and military strength. He marched into these territories, reasserting Macedonian dominance and effectively using both strategy and force to bring the city-states back under Macedonian control. Through these campaigns, Alexander not only solidified his grip on Greece, but also prepared the stage for his legendary conquests that would reshape the known world. His methods were a blend of harsh punishment for those who resisted and generous treatment for those who submitted, thereby ensuring loyalty and stability within his realm. His leadership style, marked by both charisma and fear, became a blueprint for his conduct in the vast and diverse territories he would later conquer. As he consolidated power within Greece, Alexander began to look beyond its borders, setting his sights on the vast Persian Empire. This ambition was not just a quest for more territory. It was driven by a desire to challenge the greatest power of the time, spurred by a vision of a new world order under his rule. His early experiences in Greece had been a crucible that forged his character as a leader capable of such monumental aspirations. Alexander's first major military test came at the Battle of the Granicus River, where he faced a significant Persian force determined to stop his advance into Asia Minor. With the sun high and the river a formidable barrier, Alexander led a daring charge across the water, turning what could have been a defensive disaster into a spectacular victory. This triumph was not just a display of military might, but also an assertion of his ability to defy expectations and win against overwhelming odds. Following his victory at Granicus, Alexander's campaign took a crucial turn at the Battle of Issos. Here he encountered the mighty Persian king Darius III himself. The confrontation was fierce and tested Alexander's strategic genius and the discipline of his army. Emerging victorious, Alexander's path was now clear to continue his march into Egypt, where his arrival was met not with resistance, but with jubilation. The Egyptians, weary of Persian rule, welcomed him as a liberator, a role that Alexander was only too willing to embrace. In Egypt, Alexander's penchant for blending politics with grand symbolic gestures was evident in his founding of the city of Alexandria. Situated on the Mediterranean coast, Alexandria was envisioned as a beacon of Greek culture and commerce. Its establishment not only secured a critical naval base, but also marked the beginning of a cultural renaissance that would see Greek ideas merging with those of the East. Perhaps the pinnacle of Alexander's military career was the Battle of Gaugamela, where he faced Darius III for the last time. Despite being heavily outnumbered, Alexander employed a combination of brilliant tactics and sheer audacity to achieve a stunning rout that marked the effective end of the Persian Empire. This victory was not merely military, but symbolic, signifying the dawn of a new era under Alexander's rule. The push towards India marked the final phase of Alexander's remarkable military campaign. Crossing the Indus River, he won several important battles, including a difficult encounter with King Porus at the Battle of the Hydaspes. However, the challenges of extended supply lines and the weariness of his troops forced Alexander to reconsider his ambition to push further. Reluctantly, he turned back, marking the easternmost boundary of his conquests. This decision was a testament to his pragmatic approach to leadership, recognizing the limits of his reach and the needs of his army. Alexander the Great's tactical genius is perhaps best epitomized by his innovative use of the Macedonian phalanx, a formidable formation that became the cornerstone of his military success. This tightly knit group of infantrymen, armed with sarissas, long spears that could reach over 5 meters, allowed Alexander to dominate battlefields across diverse terrains. Coupled with his adept use of cavalry, particularly the companion cavalry, Alexander could execute complex maneuvers that bewildered and overwhelmed his more conventionally organized foes. The strategic deployment of his forces was always characterized by flexibility and creativity. Alexander often arranged his troops to exploit the enemy's weaknesses, using feints and pincer movements that would later be studied by military tacticians around the world. His ability to adapt and respond to battlefield conditions showed a profound understanding of the art of war. Beyond the battlefield, Alexander's campaigns had a profound and lasting impact on the cultural landscape of the ancient world. His conquests facilitated the spread of Greek culture and ideas far into Asia, a phenomenon known as the Hellenistic period. This era saw the merging of Greek with Eastern customs and traditions, fostering advancements in art, science, and philosophy. Cities like Alexandria became melting pots of diversity, where scholars and artists from different parts of the world came together, leading to an explosion of knowledge and cultural exchange that would influence subsequent generations. However, Alexander's untimely death in Babylon at the age of 32 marked a pivotal moment in ancient history. The absence of a clear successor led to the immediate disintegration of the vast empire he had built. His generals, known as the Diadochi, divided the territories amongst themselves, leading to a series of conflicts that would last for decades. This fragmentation signaled the end of Alexander's empire, but also the beginning of new Hellenistic kingdoms in Egypt, Persia, and beyond, each carrying forward a part of Alexander's legacy. Despite his empire's dissolution, Alexander's influence endured. His conquests changed the course of history, not only by spreading Greek culture across the known world, but also by setting the stage for the Roman Empire to rise and further disseminate Hellenistic ideas. Alexander's vision of a unified empire, governed by a blend of cultures and peoples, continued to inspire leaders and empires long after his death. As we reflect on the monumental legacy of Alexander the Great, I invite you to subscribe and share in the comments which aspect of his legacy captivates you the most. Was it his military genius, his role in the spread of Greek culture, or perhaps the cities he founded that continue to thrive centuries later? Stay tuned, for in our next video, we will unveil another towering figure of ancient military history, a general whose tactics and conquests have equally shaped the world, yet whose story is shrouded in mystery. Join us as we delve into the life of a leader whose battlefield prowess and strategic mind rivaled even that of Alexander. Don't miss it.